All right, hey everybody, welcome to Not the eBay Shop. Today we have a little bit different video. I'm Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage. And today we're going to be joined by Steve and Donna with Happy Heart Treasures.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to do a little bit kind of different style video and just see how well it's received or not received on this channel and do kind of a more of a discussion video. And we're going to talk about inventory systems specifically for the type of selling we do. Like we sell everything and we sell on eBay. So we're going to kind of break down the inventory systems we use and some different pieces of that, why it's important, maybe it's not important to you. And we're just going to dive deep into it, but we're going to do it with Steve and Donna to get their opinions too and see if we can add any value that way. Right?
That is correct. Let's go.
That's what we're going to do. Let's go get Steve and Donna. So, hi, Steve and Donna. Thanks for coming in today.
Hello there.
We are going to attempt to have a semi-serious conversation about inventory or managing inventory for eBay so that people who are new to eBay can kind of benefit from it. It's not so, I suppose even people who have been doing it for a while should be able to pick something up from pros like us.
I watch some people like us. I watch some people do their inventory on their videos and it makes me scared.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Yeah, me too. But then again, I find mistakes in ours. I found a mistake in ours today. I didn't tell her.
Oh, we did too.
Did you blame Donna?
No, I didn't blame anybody. It was small and I fixed it. So we can talk about that. As part of our inventory is I was consolidating boxes and I found something in the wrong box. Anyway, we can get into that.
We've done that too. We will hit on that subject here as we go. But I guess to start out, if you had a new reseller, say a kid of yours or somebody you knew that were going to start reselling, why would you tell them, or would you tell them that an inventory system is important? Why is that important? Or do you think it is that important?
I think it's very important because unless you're going to sell it before you even get it off your table, you need to know where you're going to put it. Because if it's going to sell, in 2 days or 3 days or a month later, you have to be able to put your hands on it right then because you need to ship it out.
Or usually 3 years later in our case.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
In 1 or 2 days. I mean,
we watch Commonwealth Flipper and he doesn't have an inventory system. He says he just knows where everything is. And that, no way. Absolutely no way.
Well, I was going to say, I know there's another one that we've watched that's a big one like that he also had no inventory. He did have an inventory system, and then he went to a different inventory system, and I don't even know if he has an inventory system anymore.
Yeah, my brain doesn't work. I can't forget, or I can't remember where I left a shoe like 10 minutes after I took it off. So
he gets mad with our inventory system because I know where certain things are. Like I'll put them in a tote. And not everything in our totes is numbered, but I just stick it in a tote. And he's like, I don't see this. And I'm like, it's right there.
Yeah, we don't.
In the tote.
For some things, she'll put numbers on them, but most of our totes are just stuff in it.
We've been doing a lot of things that are breakable. So I will actually wrap them.
Yeah, I have shelves for a lot of the breakables.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you guys start your inventory? Did you guys start your inventory like right away, or did you kind of wing it for a while?
We did. We started it right away because who did we watch that had an inventory? Harry Tornado had the totes.
Yeah, he had just plastic totes in his garage.
And he was one of the first ones we watched.
And
I think we went, 6 months?
We did. No, it wasn't that long. It was while we were here in this building. So we're not at home. We're not in the eBay shop. But here in this building, when we initially had our shelves set up in here, we didn't have an inventory system.
We just had shelves out in an empty room.
Yeah. So once we moved everything over into the eBay shop, then once we got shelves, we started figuring it out.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember because I guess we were probably in the garage.
Yeah, we had those shelves behind us. Man,
that was a long time ago.
I honestly had such a skewed reality of what eBay selling was going to be. When we first started, I just thought I could go and just pick up anything, which we did, picked up just anything. And we listed it and put it on a shelf kind of in the order we listed it, thinking that it would sell and we could just take it back off. And that inventory system went away pretty quick because the reality kicks in pretty quick when you're when you're starting eBay.
Well, and
some things don't sell.
Commonwealth,
B, C, D.
even Commonwealth, he knows where everything is, but he knows, like, he uses the license plates and stuff, so he kind of relates that this is in the Virginia area, or what, you know what I mean. So I mean, he has an inventory system. He just doesn't individually.
He doesn't skew them like we do. You know, where we have all of that.
If you keep your store down to a certain size and you don't grow too large, I suppose you could do themed sections like all my shoes are here. And you could always find them because you maybe have 40 pairs of shoes. Then it's manageable. But when you have 800 belt buckles, that becomes pretty unmanageable pretty quick.
We don't number our shoes. We just have.
I don't either.
We don't have enough.
I don't either. I have a rack that hangs on the back of on the door that goes out to our unfinished side of our shop that I just start sticking them in.
So I guess hold on, time out. I have to ask a question. When we're talking, can you hear the dog licking Donna's leg?
No.
Okay, I can't.
No.
It's this blip, 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 blip.
The dog.
You should shut the door.
There she goes.
It's okay. I don't hear her. So
now we got to add sound effects.
I just wanted to say. I don't know if you had one of the mic dogs. The dog's mic'd up.
Nope, can't hear that.
You'd be adjusting the levels. You'd be like, oh, what that noise is? I can't get rid of it, though.
It's really disturbing.
So
my.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I just had to check.
That all said, I guess we kind of covered it then. When would you tell someone to start their inventory system? Right off the bat, or would you tell them to wait till they have enough?
Right off the bat. Yeah.
Right off the bat, because it's just easier.
Hold on. It turned off.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, your ear fell out. I got it.
No, because even if you like wait, I'm going to wait till, I fill these couple shelves. It's a pain in the butt to go back and redo the SKU system on each item.
Yeah.
Just start at the beginning, get 2 boxes, just start with that. All of our stuff that's not in a box, that's too big for a box, that's on the shelf, they all just say on shelf. And we have, you've seen it, that we have like 4 or 5 different places it could be, but it's not that many items, and they're all bigger items, so they're not hard to find.
They're easier to look for, yeah.
That's advice I wish we had followed in the beginning. We did get into a little bit of a traffic jam, and then we had to do the work twice because we had to go back and create an inventory system.
Right.
After we already had a bunch of product. Yeah. And that was kind of a pain. I wish we hadn't done it that way. So we did have to face that in the beginning, but that was just out of ignorance. We didn't know. We had a picture of what it was going to be in our head, and then reality, and they weren't the same.
Yep. So since we were on the subject of that and, beginning inventory, tell us about your guys' inventory system. Like, what type of inventory do you use, and what are the pros and cons to your system? We
use the white banker's boxes. Mm-hmm. And we have rolly shelves, I call them, but they're metal shelves with wheels.
Rolly shelves like the baker's racks?
Yes.
Kind of,
Costco racks.
But they're tall.
Oh,
okay, shelves. Yeah.
Costco racks. We get them at Costco. And they hold 15?
It's 15 or 18.
15 boxes.
18 if it's in a spot where the ceiling's high enough, I think.
And then we put it in the SKU. So we just take an empty box out to where we list, and then everything we list goes in that box until it's full. And then
so your box is numbered.
Yep, the box is numbered, and we will put in the SKU. We'll put box A or box 1 or whatever, and then I also put where we got it because in the past we have sold for other people, or we like to keep track of, like, we had a certain clean out we called like the Utica clean out or whatever. So in that line, I will put what box it's in, and then we'll put where we got it and how much a lot of times. So if it was a garage sale, then we'll put $2,
like
whatever.
I say 67 GS for garage sale and then 5 because we paid $5 for it. That's like,
you guys do, that's similar. So since you're already talking about that, we do it a little bit different. We have plastic totes and we have shelves. So we use our plastic totes that are numbered. And then I do that.
I want to interrupt for a second. Where you guys were talking about, you put it in that line. You're talking about you actually put it in eBay. There's a custom SKU field.
Yes, there's custom.
You put it in the custom SKU.
Yeah.
And that the customer can't see.
Correct.
You can.
Yep.
So that's when you sell something on eBay, you could just look at that and know where it's at.
Yes.
We've also started putting the date that we listed it.
Okay.
Well, she has, and I'm supposed to.
I know how that
But
goes.
because sometimes when you go in and you relist something or delist and relist, something, you lose the date. You lose the actual age of it.
Yep.
And so I just put the month and the year. And so that'll help us know how long we've had it.
Yep.
But we're not
we just started.
We're not believers on the delisting and relisting, though. We don't do it.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
we
made
get
a video
500 items, and I hate it. I don't.
We did it recently.
Corey did.
Yeah, we did it recently. We've pretty much ended and sold similar.
We used to do
most of our inventory.
Yeah, we used to do 5 or 10 every day. We would keep track of it and do it every night before we went to bed. And to me personally, never seen a actual bump in results from it.
Did you watch the Profit Power Hour podcast from today? Have you watched that yet?
No.
They had Bert back on, and he was an employee at eBay in the UK or something. And he was talking about the end and sell similar and the effects of that, and whether it was a good idea or not. And he made some really good points to the counter of that, basically saying, yes, it rebumps your item back up to the top. It does refresh it, gives a new item ID. But if it didn't sell the first time it was up there, why would it sell the next time it was up there? If there's not an issue with it and you haven't fixed anything, something dramatic like
right,
having it on there, it's never going to go away, or it shouldn't go away in normal circumstances. So if somebody searches for that exact item,
you heard that.
You have good keywords. I did hear that.
That's the other one. Somebody must be outside the window.
It's the dog. It's all good.
So, yeah, we're a dog friendly channel.
We're going to try this. Now, they may scratch at the door, but I think she'll probably just give up and go lay on her bed.
Me or the dog?
Well,
hopefully
the dog. We still need your advice.
So you were talking about how you add that information in the custom SKU. But I do the same thing. It drives Corey nuts because when he goes to look for something by searching in eBay, on eBay, you can search by your custom SKU on the website, not on your app. I'll go in and I'll do the same thing. I put our location, and then in parentheses, I'll put, if it was part of a storage unit auction or like proxy bid, or how much I paid for it. That's what I put in there after that, and it drives him nuts because he just wants to go in and search custom SKU equals.
Yeah. For our box, we have numbers for ours, so we don't have letters or anything in them.
You just answered the question I was going to ask. You used to be able to search and select what you're searching, and you could select search custom SKU, and that went away. So now when I search for box 19, it pulls up everything with 19 in the title.
Yes.
Not just custom SKU, but you just said do the equal sign or something.
Well, it has a drop down that you could search for equal to or contains.
No, they changed the look. I know what he's talking about. On the app, on the website itself, it used to have it stacked down this way. Yeah. And now it has it stacked across this way for searching. Mm-hmm. I have not looked, but I will look to see if there's a way to search by that for custom SKU.
Because now when I do my inventory like I was doing today to get empty boxes out, it just is search, and it says something like search, and it'll search like all of the title, the description, the custom SKUs, and everything. And before I could select what I wanted to search. So I don't know.
I'll have to look at that because I haven't searched a whole lot other than by title.
Right.
Lately and whatnot. So I'll have to look at it and see if you can still search by SKU. So
yeah, when I went to search by SKU, I used to be able to just do like I want to find out everything that's in, like show everything that's in tote 9. So I'll put search where custom SKU equals 9, and now
I might have.
I can't do that because it might not show up because she has other stuff in it.
So he has to do contains.
Search it contains 9, but then I get 9, 19, 29, 39. I get all the totes that have 9 in them.
Yep. So
it drives me crazy.
But you can filter that, and it should then put all your custom SKUs in order based on their first number. So
it is a bit of a pain. It makes it a little bit more difficult when you're searching by SKU. But I like them just 1 through infinity. I don't want anything else in the custom SKU. But
here's the deal with that as well. Our jewelry. So with the jewelry that I've been buying lately, the watches, the jewelry, that stuff, to put them in a tote is ridiculous. So I went and bought the jewelry hangers
Yes.
off of Amazon. And then I went and wrote on each one of them. Each little pocket has a number.
Right.
And I currently have 6 of those. So they're numbered jewelry A, jewelry B, jewelry C, whatever. And then I have one that's belt buckles that I just stick my belt buckles in one of those as well. So, you'd have to search jewelry F, whatever.
Yeah, you have to have more numbers.
So it sounds like your guys' inventory is very similar to us. We have boxes that are numbered. The number goes in the custom SKU, and you're putting some extras in there, and so is she.
I know you guys don't sell a whole lot of clothes, or you try not to sell a whole lot of clothes because I know you don't like them.
Yeah, we have probably 12 to 15 boxes of clothes.
We should sell more clothes.
Okay. When you put your clothes in, so what we've started doing I've done it for a long time with our jeans, is I number the bags as I put them in there.
Yeah.
There were some, like with our estate sale, or not our estate sale, our Richie guys storage unit that we bought. I was writing CK for Calvin Klein. If I had CK and I had 5 shirts, it was CK1, CK2, CK3.
Oh, yeah.
Now I've gone back and started renumbering them so that they're, tote 87-1, 87.
We don't even have totes. We have separate boxes with just clothes, and we keep consolidating it down. So everything is completely in order all the time. And when we list new, we just pick up where the last one left off. So
in that box, or you're saying total. So you don't know, like mine, I go back and reuse my numbers in there.
The last thing in our box is probably, I would say it's numbered. We have a sticker and put a number 1037, I think is the last thing. Yep. So when we list clothes again, we'll do like 20 things. It'll be 1038 through 1040, 57. And then
so then you just take, instead of adding stuff to the boxes, you just move the stuff that's as it empties from the second box into the first box.
Consolidate it all down.
I got you.
That's probably one spot we differ a little bit. Is we do, like, we have these big 2-gallon Ziploc bags. We'll throw a pair of jeans in them. We'll label it number 2. We'll put it in tote 6.
Yep.
And then we know tote 6-2 is that jeans. When we go to ship it, we pull it out of that bag.
Yep.
And ship it in a poly, and we put a new piece of clothing in the bag and put it back.
Yep. Because
we just reuse the bag.
Yeah, it's already going in a poly, so I'm not giving up my Ziploc baggies. I'm sorry, unless it's something that's expensive. I don't give up my Ziploc baggies.
It helps us not double up on numbers, but you guys don't double up on numbers because you just go sequentially forever.
You keep going.
Right. I think both work.
He puts it in a poly when he takes the picture and folds it. He goes ahead and puts it in the poly. He's going to mail it. Is that right? The clear poly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in just a cheap, clear.
You guys use those crinkly ones that make noise when you move them?
No.
They make noise.
No, they're just plain. They're cheapy.
But it's not. It's a Ziploc baggie.
No,
it's just a plastic bag. I get 2 different sizes of just plain clear plastic bags. And we put them in there, no, there's no adhesive or nothing. They're just a plastic bag.
Tape,
put them in and flip it over, and I put a piece of tape.
I like the bags we throw plush and stuff in almost.
Those are garbage bags.
They're clear garbage bags is what ours are.
Work.
So our clothes, when we first started, they went in normal boxes. We'd list a shirt, and it'd be in just random box A or whatever. But then we were watching Hustle and Hooks, and then Daily Refinement. And that's when we had the bright idea that we're going to be clothing resellers because this looks so easy. So we actually started, that's when we started clothing inventory. Well, it lasted, we filled up probably 20, 30 boxes.
Yeah.
So we did that. Like, we had a bunch of clothes and we'd listed a ton of clothes, but then we just got tired of doing clothes because it's not fun. Like, it's not enjoyable.
Not at all.
That's what I have the list right now, is a whole bunch of clothes. I have a bag of jeans sitting at my desk over here that I've been doing jeans. So
I think the other piece we probably differ on for our inventory is you said you use the banker's boxes, which we've seen in your videos. We use the clear totes, and part of the reason we switched to all the clear totes is because inevitably, even with a good inventory system, something will be in the wrong place. Yeah. But oftentimes it's just like a tote over.
Yep.
And with the clear totes, we can find them easier. Yep. We don't have to pull every box down. Yeah, that's why we went to clear totes.
About that the clear totes, you can see what's in it. But some of them totes, we got like 12, 15 things in there. And so,
totally.
Yeah. And so do we. The one thing with it is, for me, though, when we list, I don't just grab a new box. Except for clothes. Clothes I will put in the same tote. Yep. so that it's, it's all jeans or it's all shirts or whatever.
Right.
But when I go to list random stuff,
We
I
used to
just
have-
figure out what tote is empty or what tote has room, and I just shove it in there.
Yeah.
If you guys,
That's what we do. We find an empty or almost empty tote, or he'll empty a whole bunch for me or whatever.
Yep.
And we just
That's why I think today, when we're full, when our boxes are all full and we don't have just, if we put a new rack up or we buy a bunch of new boxes, then we'll fill all those. So what I do is I do inventory at the same time as I get her. She'll be like, hey, I need a couple boxes. So what I started doing is I'll go to one shelf that has 12 to 15 boxes on it. And I did this today. And I pull off the first two. And as I'm consolidating, if this thing has 3 things in it and they fit in this box, I move them, they're custom SKU, I move them to that box, and then we have an empty box. Well, that's when I'm actually doing the ones that I'm not emptying. I'm double checking to see if everything is in there to check my inventory to make sure it's right.
Yeah.
So today there's a rack, it has 15 boxes on it. I ended up emptying 7 boxes. Now, one thing I found, one issue is I pulled out, there was this little blue glass girl, this little vintage thing.
The slag glass?
No, it was just a little glue. I can't talk. Blue glass. It's called a Jennifer. It's something Jennifer. I don't remember that. We have 2 of them. And so it wasn't in, like, it wasn't like it was just in there, and there was not. And I looked and I searched. I searched for girl, couldn't find nothing. Searched something else, I couldn't find anything. So then I searched blue because I didn't want to just take it out if it was listed.
Yeah.
And I searched blue, and I went through all of our listings that had blue in it, and it was way at the bottom. I was ready to give up and just throw it away. And it was
last
at the bottom, and it said we had 2. And I was in box 68. It said we had a quantity of 2 of them in box 28. So I went to 28. Nice. I looked, and there's 1 in there. I don't know how this girl got into box 68. But
you got ghosts.
Sometimes that inventory migrates.
Yeah, Toy Story. That's
Yep.
They're down there having a party now.
Hey, I have 4 of those characters that I just listed.
Toy Story.
One of them I listed for $79.
They were kind of cool ones.
I was going to say that's probably another difference in our inventory system. Our inventories is you have better stuff than we do. So that's probably a big difference.
We have a lot of garbage.
If you watch our next video that comes out this next Tuesday or next Wednesday, there's an item in there that I made a comment about. We thought, oh yeah, look at these vintage glasses. They're freaking Norman Rockwell glasses.
We still
don't ever buy Norman Rockwell glasses.
No.
They were one of the first things we bought. And they're still sitting on a shelf.
We still have.
I want you to know that our dogs literally sleep 22 hours a day. They don't until all of a sudden we turn the camera on, and then they're at the door and everything else. So
they want to be famous.
They don't want to miss anything.
So
nope.
While we were talking about each of our current inventory system, is there something in your inventory system that's a pro or a con, or that you would change, that has kind of been like a pain in the butt? That
I want.
Are you the pro or the
house?
No.
I need a warehouse because
you just need to add a big shed like ours in your backyard.
Yes, I do. I feel like, well, we're moving towards being more efficient, but before we had stuff in the dining room, we had stuff up here, we had stuff in the garage, everywhere. And
we're sitting in a whole different business right now. We're at our escape room business.
But there's not much here that needs to be listed. All that stuff that's out in the other room is for commons or whatever that came from our free club.
I'm looking at a pile.
I got you. Yeah, no. I just have stuff that I need to list all over and everywhere.
Yeah.
We have piles of stuff in here. We have piles of stuff in the car. We have stuff in the truck.
There's nothing in the truck.
We have stuff in the house. We have stuff everywhere.
Nothing in the truck. And the car stuff was just stuff I picked up on Thursday.
So space, you think, is probably the biggest?
I think being organized in the very, very beginning and predetermined. Like when I first started doing this, I had it all laid out in my brain, and this is how we were going to do it. I even drew pictures, this is how I'm going to do it. But we didn't stay with that little plan. It just kind of merged, didn't she? Well, this room is easier to do clothes, so we're going to do clothes in here and keep all the inventory there. And then we got the shelves, and so we're going to put all the books and stuff on the shelf. But it's upstairs.
It worked. That was our huge book buy. And we don't really have a place downstairs to store.
Yeah.
We probably listed, oh, jeepers,
hundreds,
300, 400, 500 books. Yeah. I mean, so that's why we got the bookshelves for the books. And it was well worth it. We made really good money on that. Mm-hmm. To be honest, yes, but you always have to change depending on what you get.
Yeah.
The book buy changed things. Other buys change things. And one thing about Donna will have a great plan and she'll put it in place and it will work great. And after a few weeks, she gets bored with it and she needs to change something.
Then I change.
Or is it that the great poo-pooer poo-pooed something?
That's it too.
Now let's talk about the poo-pooing here. I poo-poo a lot of things, but the poo-pooing is usually only in the beginning because I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
Does she wear you down?
Oh yes, absolutely.
There is
an idea. Just stopped telling me.
My initial reaction is usually no, but
there's an idea, and then there's a poo-poo.
Yes.
And then there's a but why? And then there's an explanation or a discussion or an argument.
Or whining.
Or whining.
Yes.
We have different approaches because Teresa will just stop telling me things. She'll just do it. And then I'll be like, okay, that was a bad idea or that was a good idea.
She does that.
And then with me, I'll come to Teresa and I'll say, I've got a crazy good idea. She'll be like, go do it. Like she don't want to talk about it. She doesn't care. Just go do it.
When you were talking about changing based on what you buy. So we stole out of our own house our bookshelves that used to be our nightstands in our bedroom.
But we got new ones out of a storage unit?
No, we got those new ones I bought at the
those were bought. Those were bought.
But I took our bookshelves out to the shop, and that's what I stuck our Stampin' Up stuff that we bought for our bulk buy Stampin' Up. Then we started doing clothes, and out of our one storage unit, our rich guy, I always call it our rich guy storage unit. I mean, we ended up with suits out of the wahoo, to list suits and coats and stuff like that. And so I had to figure out what to do with them. I didn't have anywhere to hang them. So in our shop, we have if you've seen the video where we have our bubble wrap way up on the top, down below that is wide open. So I just went to the store, bought 1 1/4 inch wooden dowels, screwed them up to the ceiling. And that's my clothing rack. I have 2 of them now, thanks to you guys and the clothing that I bought from you guys as well.
I think if we had a con for ours, it's the same as what Donna said. It's space, but it's in a different aspect. I think too much space can be just as much of a curse because we tend to buy more knowing that we have that room. And now we have a building and a half full of crap that we can't get to.
I'm afraid if we could drop a warehouse like, these people have, like Commonwealth or whatever, if we could drop that next to our house, in my mind, I'd be like, okay,
we'd be a hoarder.
And I'm going to put my cars back. I'm going to put my van back in the garage. And I think that would last about a week. And she'd be like, hey, I want to take that. And I think the more space you have, the more stuff you have. And so
just like more money, more problems, more space, more problems.
Yeah.
Because you feel it.
It is.
The only thing I would say is I don't like about our inventory system, and there's a reason for it. We have, I don't know I can't tell you how many boxes we have, but we have 5 different numbering systems.
Mm-hmm. I remembered you talking about that.
A, B, C, D, E, F, like that. And then we got to Z. So we're like, well, let's do doubles. And then it was A, B, B, C, C. And we did that. And then we got to about N. And then I thought we brought another rack because we were just growing. So we knew we were going to keep adding boxes. And I thought, oh, this sucks. Let's start with numbers. So then we start. So then it goes double letters. Then it goes numbers. And it goes 1 all the way up to we're like 115. But then we also had a buyout where we bought my cousins, and it came with the boxes. And those were all our cousins. Those were all numbered the same. They were all numbered letters like our beginning ones. So what we did is their last name was Leslie, so we put an L between everyone. So we have, I don't know, probably 20 boxes that are LA, LB, LBC, LBC. And then Randy, another reseller here in town, he moved to Totes, so he says, "Do you want these bankers boxes?" Well, absolutely, we'll take them. So he gave us like 20 bankers boxes,
Numbered.
and all of his were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we
So you
like,
just
well,
need
what do we
to
do?
print a
It's
thermal
on.
label and
So
just
we
put
have
it over.
R1, R2, R3. I mean, yeah,
We-
that's an option.
We do technically have that as well.
We have some of
So
that.
our totes are all numbered 1 through whatever. But all of our shelving,
Has the
has-
A, B, B type
no,
stuff.
it has A1 or A, B, C, D, E,
Yeah.
F, G all the way through. And now we've hit where on some of our metal shelves that we have, we dedicated those to just putting big box items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they're like
Blow
AH,
molds or-
AN, A, whatever. And
We
so
have a
we
little
have
of
both.
that. I think
Our
as long as you
shelves
keep
don't.
it straight.
We probably should number our shelves.
Yeah,
Because the shelves.
If you don't have a lot, I mean, we have, if you look at ours, we have 2 gigantic 5-shelf green shelves. And then we have what I refer to as grocery store shelving. We have 2 of those that we have stuff on as well.
They're just up against the wall shelves. They're
Yep.
not our normal storage tote
No.
shelves.
right.
Those we number, but anything on the big shelves is either in a tote or it's like a blow mold or a inflatable that's just too big to
Right.
be sticking in a tote.
Yeah.
So,
So getting back to the whole topic, because we stray a lot, so talking to us is really bad for your video.
that's all right.
Getting back to your topic, if you are a brand new reseller and you're thinking, I need to do an inventory system, my advice is to number them with numbers, not letters, because you get into
Yes.
double
You can
letters and
get-
you get into triple letters. If you go start with numbers, you can just keep on going.
Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
numbers, I think, are the most. I
Yep.
mean, you could just go forever. So
Yeah.
I think I'm at 97 or 98 for our
on the
totes.
totes, yeah,
And
and
they're
then we
so
have all the miscellaneous around.
Well,
But we also have drawers.
Your tote.
We do have drawers.
We have,
Oh yeah, because I have my silverware. Like all of my silverware, they're in G1 through whatever because that shelf is.
yeah,
Well,
It's-
we have
it's
a
all
media
drawers.
cabinet that's media. So we have one of our mail cabinets has just books.
You do.
We have a rack with all the shoes. I mean, we have a few
Yeah.
other things, but
Yeah.
anyway, whatever.
I would say try to have some kind of a way to keep it versatile. Like our totes being numbers and
Mhm.
everything else having, like anything that's in a drawer pretty much starts with a letter and a number.
Mhm.
So that if we wanted to change it, we easily could, or add to
Yep.
it, we easily could. But our totes are always numbers. I guess that's
And we
how-
have started flipping them upside down when I empty them. I don't empty them very
That's a good
often.
idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I have 2 that are currently turned upside down.
Speaking of emptying them, how often do you guys do like a physical accounting of your inventory? And
He answered that.
like when do you do that?
We never did. We never did. And when did we start? 2021, the beginning of 2021,
No,
until
2020.
probably 6 months ago. That was 2021. It was the second year of
Oh.
the C word. We went until probably 6 to 12 months ago, never doing any inventory
We never
whatsoever.
did one.
The only reason that we do inventory now is because as we started to get our boxes full, then I go in and consolidate. So now I started. So out of our
And because you found a few that were not
Yeah.
listed any longer. So then it's like, how many of those are not?
We
8, 9, 10, we probably have 12 racks, and I'm probably like 5 racks in of consolidating and doing inventory.
Yep.
So with the inventory, not having done physical inventory before,
We've done partial.
we did
inventories.
we did one partial that was like 3 shelves, and then now we've done 90% of what we have minus a couple of shelves. Have you ever lost anything and not been able to find it to ship it out?
Yes. It's happened just once or twice. It would.
I lost something after I packed it under the bed
What?
when we were doing dollar auction, and I had all the clothes down there, and we still had a bed down there.
Oh, jeepers, that was a
A long time ago. I packed everything and put everything out on the porch. The person came to pick it up, and she's like, "I can't find my package," and I'm like, "I packed it. It's out there," you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
We had enough stuff that was getting difficult to find that we decided to do a full
Mhm.
inventory because we started every once in a while be like, well, I can't find this anywhere, and then find it in a tote clear across the room. So we did do a
Yes.
full inventory, or like 90% of an inventory, and we
Yep.
found a lot of
I
problems.
had one little tote. I have all of the items. That's what I was doing today, was relisting all of the items that
There's probably a dozen
was not
items.
listed. There was about a dozen.
wow.
And a couple of them were really good. And 2 of them were stuff that weren't even that long ago because that was from last summer,
Yeah.
last fall when we went.
The items she's
And
the items she's talking about are items that were in the totes, but they were no longer on eBay. They were delisted. They were just gone.
no.
I don't know because if I go, so we keep our stuff in a spreadsheet. When we list it, we put it in a spreadsheet with the cost and then we do all of our calculations or whatnot. All of the items except for one was already listed in our spreadsheet. So
Yep.
we only put them in there once we drop them as a live active.
Yeah, we don't
listing.
even do them when we draft them. They don't even go in the spreadsheet. They go in the spreadsheet as we drop them live.
Yep.
So we know they got listed. I'm not
Mhm.
sure how they got unlisted. I have no idea why.
Yeah,
But some of them were really good
how that
items.
happened. Yeah.
But
Yep.
you're talking about things that were listed that they're in the box and they're not listed anymore.
Because
Yep.
Has it have you had it happen the other way where you sell
Yes.
something, you go in the box and it's just gone?
Yes.
Maybe once.
Yes, we did. We
Yeah, they
had
haven't, like, twice. I don't even remember what they were, but we had to message.
might have been
people and be
once or
like,
twice
"I'm
that we've had to-
sorry, but
cancel orders because I could
Yes.
not find it.
Yeah, it's been very few times.
The one was that stupid Sarah Coventry brooch. It was like an acorn or something. Could not find it anywhere. And then it just randomly appeared one day. I don't know.
Yeah, we did end up finding it. It was months
They have
later.
gremlins too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your Toy Story inventory is playing.
Yeah, they're busy. But we did. I mean, we found stuff that was in the wrong totes all over the place.
Yep.
Like a lot of things in the wrong totes. So when we went to pull them, we would have been searching for them. And then we also found stuff that was no longer listed that needed to be listed. So we had a lot of that. So it's a good thing we did do the inventory.
If we pull something up and it's sold and it's in box 67 and it's not there, and
We go to the next box on one side.
if it's something that was listed in the last 3 months, it's like, oh, okay, we kind of remember what we were working on. But man, when you go and it says, because we do move boxes and stuff sometimes, if it was listed like 2 years, if it's an old thing, it's
Yeah.
like, oh crap, we have had days where we've had to sit there and go through everything box by
Every
box.
single-
looking.
We did that not long ago. We, like I said, but that's the
Yeah.
one joy of having the clear plastic totes is
Yeah.
you just pull the tote out and like look around it.
Yeah,
And
if
you should
could-
be able to
if you
see
could
it.
see it's all pants or some type of thing. Like
Most
some of our
of our
totes are all
items in our
plush.
boxes are wrapped in a plastic bag. They're
I've seen that. That would be horrible for us. I don't
Yeah,
think I would
no,
like that. But
No.
I suppose, especially with breakable stuff, you guys almost have to wrap.
well,
them.
she's trying to avoid chips and stuff like that because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a little bit
I
like
did that with our trinket boxes. I
They're
pre-wrapped
all-
them in bubble wrap
Yeah.
and then I wrote a number on top of
this
them.
woman lists a lot of breakable things too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I try
shipping
not to.
breakable crap all the time.
Sorry.
Nah, babe, that's all right.
No, we found a lot of that stuff, and that drives us crazy. So the inventory, doing an inventory, we do it. We've done it once, a
Well,
full
twice.
inventory. We've done it twice. We did a partial. This time we got more serious and did most of the inventory.
Yep.
We're still finishing the outlying shelves around the outer of the room, but we'll get those done. And then
Someday.
as we did it, we
Yeah.
ended and sold similar on everything, which I
So-
still am not a big believer in that. I know a lot of people swear by it, but like I said, go watch today, the day we're recording this. Go watch today's Profit Power Hour. He had some really good insight on that.
So you said you put your in your custom SKU. What I've started doing is in our spreadsheet that we keep off to the side, I'm like way outside of the screen. On one of the last columns
It's
after
not over there. It's on the computer.
I have a notes column where I'll add notes about something or whatever. And then the column next to that actually has the date I listed it originally.
Yep.
And then it has the date I relisted it. And then I'll add, if we happen to relist it again for some reason, which we have because we sold something, had it canceled, and then sold it again or whatever, I go in and add those columns onto the end of mine. So I can always do a search. Plus ours are in order right now. Well, they were till he relisted in order of how we list them. So if I have 5 items, odds are most of those 5 items were listed on the same day.
Yeah, it's just a running sheet. So
Yep.
literally we know if it's at the bottom, it was recently listed. If it's clear at the top, it's been
been a
here for
while.
3.5 years. So if you had to say in your inventory system right now, what is the limitation of it long term? If you did this another 10 years, is it space again, or what limitations do you see going
Space.
forward?
Space.
Space.
Yeah.
Mhm. It is space because I feel like, you only want to get so big actually
I agree.
you know, I mean, you don't want to have 25,000 listings unless you have people that can help you handle them, I would imagine.
Well, I heard somebody, Corey was listening to something today, and somebody was talking about that they had like 69,000 items. I'm like, that gives me like panic.
Yeah.
Like,
there's people out there with huge stores.
I have changed my thinking completely. I used to, when we went to Plains of Profit last year, we were almost down to 1,000 listings.
We were the smallest ones
we
there.
need to, well, we weren't the smallest ones there, but we were disappointed in ourselves. We're like, we need to get that up. And in the last, I don't know, a few months, I've completely changed my thinking. I honestly couldn't care less how many things we have for sale. I want our sold listings, our sold items to go up. That's the only matter. The number that matters. If you got 16,000 listings, well, that's great. If you're only selling, if your 90-day total says 600, then that's a waste.
If our sell-through rate or our store's turnover rate is staying steady between 500 items in our store or 5,000 items in our store, then I want 100,000 items. But that's usually not the case. Usually the items staying in your store are long tail or slow movers or not movers. And those are the ones growing your store number.
So
you got a whole store full of crap.
I used to care. My next goal was we got to get our store to 2,000 items. Now it's not 2,000 items. Now I have a goal for our sold items instead.
We kind of fell into that trap a little in the beginning. Like, comparing yourself to somebody else.
Thinking that.
And just in general, comparing your business to somebody else's business with this type of business, especially, is just a good way to feel bad about yourself. That's just not. We compare our 90-day to last 90-day and so forth to ourselves. And if you're comparing yourself to yourself, you can see if you're growing or not. Nothing else really matters.
I think I have a hard time because, like you said, you want to grow your store. So when we first did it, probably up until probably the last 4 to 6 months, I would list anything.
I still catch her trying to list stuff just because we have it.
It is. But I have been doing really good lately about saying, okay, well, I'm looking at this and, there's 15 listed and there's 2 sold. Maybe I shouldn't list it. I should just stick it in a bin to go donate it again or to, we have been chucking crap in the garbage. So
I think that's just personal growth as an eBay store. I think you do at some point by necessity have to get pickier if your store is going to get healthier.
Yes.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
It is really hard. You find something that's really cool and that's unusual.
I catch Donna on that one. She'll
Yep, we get in that too.
And I'll
be like, you like
the sell-through rate on this is non-existent. She'll be like, but it's cool.
It's cool.
Okay.
Well, it's an easy trap. That's an easy trap to fall into. Listing garbage stuff is easy to fall into when you buy in bulk, like we do and you guys do sometimes. When we're buying auction lots or storage units, you kind of feel like, well, I paid for it and I have it, and it's right here. I've already done the research to find the comps. Right. I might as well hit sell similar and just list it. And it takes a lot to break ourselves out of doing that because you've done all the work. Other than just hitting a photo, you've done everything.
I will. This is not inventory, and I'm sorry, but there have been things. Just the other day, I found in a box. I had 3 of these ornaments. There's some fancy name ornaments, and there's none sold. I look on WorthPoint. There's a couple that are sold. There's 3 online, and I'm like, I'm just going to dump these on dollar auction because none sell. Like on WorthPoint, there's 3. So I mean, that's however how many years. And then I looked, and the 3 that were listed, they were listed for like the ones on WorthPoint sold for like $20 to $25, and they were listed for like $50 to $75. And I'm like, let's put them on for that $20 to $25 mark. Then if anybody does buy one ever, they're going to buy mine. And you know what? I sold one of them today.
And that is a catch.
You do that. I do.
Yeah,
you do.
There's a big difference between.
I do that.
There's a big difference between 10 listed and 0 sold and 400 listed and 0 sold.
Yep.
10 listed, maybe it's just a small market.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't sell often, and it's a tiny market because there's not a lot out there. It's kind of rare. 400 listed and 0 sold. There's a big market and nobody wants it.
Right. But yeah, if it has a bad sell-through rate, but it does sell some, if it's a high enough value item, you come in to
Yeah.
so where you
Yep.
be one of the next ones sold.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Yep.
it's a
Absolutely.
DVD and they sell for $4 free shipping, then throw it away or donate it or something.
Yeah, and
Bottom up.
like I said, it's hard. It's a hard habit to break because
Yeah.
you see, as a reseller, you start seeing value in everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know that has value.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's, but I think we said it. Sometimes shit is just shit. You got to throw stuff away
It is.
sometimes.
Ties into inventory.
He's
Because-
like sometimes you just have to end the life cycle.
Yes.
Yep.
This ties into our inventory discussion because if you list a bunch of shit, then you're just going to have boxes full of shit.
You will, and then you're gonna have to figure out how to number those boxes.
Yeah, like
That's right.
like the one thing that we listed that I think it eventually sold. I think I ate money on it, but in our storage, our very first storage auction we bought, there was this little itty bitty towel. You know, if you go to the dollar
Oh.
store, you can buy the little towels that you just put in water and it'll
It's
expand.
the expandable wash rags.
Yes.
He listed that. And it finally sold. I mean, we had it on there for like a year and a half,
I
but
thought-
it finally sold.
I thought for sure like it would be a stocking stuffer or something because it's like dollar store stuff you would see for stocking
Right.
stuffers. But people aren't going to eBay to buy dollar store stocking stuffers usually.
Yeah. Or pay the
What was
shipping on
that?
it.
What's that?
What was that?
They go to Whatnot to buy that.
Oh, jeez. No, they don't. They go to the dollar store where it's at.
So what do you do with all the stuff that you don't list because you want to list higher dollar things?
That's a good question.
I do-
various things.
It does. So some of it, if you look it up and it's like, I mean, it's just some random thing that nobody's ever going to buy. It will go in our garbage can
Yeah, I'm aggressively pro dumpster. Like I'm
or pro
okay.
fire.
I'm okay taking everything out of a house and just
I
throwing
have
it
an
away.
eBay notification. Stand by. Best
We gotta
offer
stand.
received. Got a $45 item offer on a $60 valve. I'll look at that one later. But we know for sure we can at least have one sale for this year.
Well, this is a good part of the topic, though. If it's a big enough item, you could take the offer and clear some inventory.
It's a small item, but I think we have multiple, so
Dang
I
it.
would just take that. So
So yeah, I
Yeah.
just say we do both.
Yeah.
We do chuck it, and I do. He doesn't like it, but I do put stuff into boxes, and I do give it to to our local Encore.
It's
local
not that I'm a Scrooge and I don't want to donate things to people because I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with is if I take something out of our shop and haul it 100 feet to a dumpster and put it in the dumpster, it no longer is in my mind. I don't ever have to think about it. If we're going to donate it, we got to bag it up. We got to drive around with it in a trunk for 6 months because we keep forgetting to stop.
That's how it works. And then you have to write it down so you can claim it or you feel bad.
And then at least once a week, I think about it. I'm like, crap, we still got that stuff in the trunk. We got to figure out when Goodwill's open or when the, St. Vincent's open or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easier just to take it and put it in a dumpster.
absolutely.
And then clear your mind space and not think about
Absolutely. And
it. Or
Teresa,
just build a giant pile and burn it.
you weren't here earlier. I had asked Corey, I said, well, if we get on with you, are we guaranteed at least one eBay sale? And he pretty much said yes. So that's why I had to see what that was.
Technically, I did too. We just weren't quite recording yet.
Covered you.
And it's even okay to throw away things that you've already done the work to list if they've been on for too long. Like
Yes.
if you listed crap and you find it 2 years
Recommend it.
later when you're doing inventory.
Norman Rockwell glasses.
Yes. Sometimes today when I did that, there was 3 things I pulled and I just put them right in the trash because I'm like, it's on
Without
sale for
telling me.
50% off. It's not worth shipping at that point.
Would you have noticed, Donna?
No.
Maybe.
I will give you a tip that we haven't done, but we know the market is there, and I know we could do it. If you take all the stuff that you're going to throw away, if it's breakable, like clear glass and old
Any
printers
glass?
and all that stuff,
No, not
Break
printers.
not print. No, call up one of the smash rooms
Smash rooms.
and tell them you have a load of it, and if
they'll
they'd like
come
to
get
buy
it.
they'll come buy it from you.
They'll either buy it or I just tell them, come get it.
Donate it.
Yeah.
No.
That's what they do because
They go to thrift stores and stuff,
Yep.
look for cheap stuff. They buy that stuff all the time.
we met the people that own the smash room that's in Sioux Falls.
Wow.
And they do smash rooms, escape rooms, and axe throwing. And so we were chatting with them, and they actually go into, Goodwill and the thrift stores, and they buy them, all their cheap stuff.
The clear glass mostly.
And-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah,
have
it's clear
times when they
glass
can't
mostly.
open or book a room
Yeah, because they don't have
stuff
anything.
to break.
Really?
So they're always looking for stuff.
Oh,
So
man.
that's an outlet for stuff that just sits forever. And
Yep.
Now, I wouldn't do that with a nice piece of Fenton or anything. Even if
Well,
it's sat for a while, I'd
Well, if
wait
it's
for it,
chipped.
but- Well, if it's chipped, maybe.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, if
If
it ain't
it's
good,
clean
looking,
chipped, how about that?
well, then it's clear and broke at that point.
And it's got
Donna and her friend Ruth, one time we figured out when they were in a clean out and there was a lot of clear glass. And
Yeah.
at this, I mean, it's just the basic clear glass, nothing fancy about it. And they figured out that if you're going to throw it away, it's you can get a lot more in a package if you break it while you do it.
Yep. You wait though, like 10 years from now, clear glass is going to come back. We're all going to be kicking ourselves for some.
Oh, probably.
That's all right. We kick ourselves because of so many things that we missed the first year that we know that we
Trends
still
come
are.
and go so fast.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, inventory. How's it going with your inventory?
It's horrible. I think we covered pretty much
Yeah, we
everything.
did.
So I think
Well, we keep
if I was a new user,
just trying to circle us back through.
if I was a new
see
eBay
that?
seller, I think this
You should-
covers inventory pretty well. I don't know if I have anything else. I think that kind of covers us. So
Mhm.
I hope somebody got something out of this. I don't know if you will or not, but I think there's something in here for everybody.
Yeah.
And
And if you have questions, ask us.
Yeah.
yep,
absolutely.
leave a comment, ask us. Or if you do inventory completely different than everything we do and
Or if you don't do inventory, if you
Let
don't
us
have an
know.
inventory system, tell us why.
Yeah.
no,
Tell us what you do instead.
don't tell us why. Just go get an inventory system.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Just go buy
This
it.
one I
No.
wrong.
Not everybody does it the same way, so you cannot tell them they're wrong because they don't do it our way.
All right, you ready to get out of here?
Yes.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.